And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tanya Rogers with Channel 5. And, the past week or so, the weather department has been talking about the windy conditions and about the dry conditions. And it seems lately we're dealing with a lot of brush fires, including a brush fire that's happening right now in the Palm Beach Gardens area in the Western community near North Lake and the Beeline Highway. Well, joining me this afternoon to talk about the dry conditions and the brush fires that seem to be popping up is Miguel Navarez, and he is with the Florida Forest Service. Miguel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, talk to me about the latest brush fire that you were on. Was the one that was on the Treasure Coast, and that one was Friday. Tell me a little bit about that brush fire and how that all got started.
Yes, of course. We've been battling a wildfire that's started up in Indian River County. That started on Friday, and we're continuing to contain that fire. The latest update on that fire, it is 80% contained. It burned 1,150 acres, and we have emergency personnel on scene uh, throughout the weekend, this morning, throughout the day, and we're continuing to contain these lines. We're continuing to mop up the area to make sure that we hit all the spots that are continuing to burn and produce smoke.
Tell me about the dry conditions. Is this around the time that these brush fires start to pop up? And I know with that fire, they were talking about maybe it was a camp area, maybe that was left unattended, if I'm hearing correctly.
Yes, in the beginning of our investigation to this particular fire, we thought at first it might have been an unattended campfire, but it's still too early to determine the final cause, and the cause is still under investigation. But as far as the dry conditions, and it's not just the county of Indian River, it's throughout the entire state of Florida. Right now, we are in a very abnormally dry state. We have had little to no rain. These temperatures are increasing as the days go by and we get into the summer months, as in June and July. And these increased wind speeds are causing issues on these fires, because what's happening is if a fire were to start, these increased wind speeds are blowing embers from the origin of the fire into an area that has not been burned yet, and it's essentially starting another fire, which accumulates into bigger acreage of the original fire.
And before we move off of that brush fire that was on the Treasure Coast, do you still have personnel out there keeping an eye on any hot spots even today?
Oh, yes, yes. As of right now, we have the Florida Forest Services on scene with the local county fire department, as well as the Sebastian Preserve Park Rangers. So we've been diligently on scene. We are widening our lines. We're making sure that we're going to focus on getting it from 80% contained to 100% contained. And now we're in the phase which we like to call the mop up phase. So the mop up phase really entails us surveying around the area. We're double checking, triple checking the surrounding area where the fire occurred, making sure to put water on any hot spots that we see that are uh, smoldering and that is producing smoke.
So, what's the advice to give to homeowners? I know I live out west, and I know out there are many of my neighbors who, if they have extra, they cut down a tree and they have extra, they kind of burn it in the side of the property. So, what's your advice during the time of the dry season?
Well, my advice is to, if you don't need to burn those grass clippings and those the yard debris, make sure to try to recycle them and find an alternate method to get rid of them, because we're in a state that is very dry, and anything as simple as a small escaped power burn that you're doing on your home and in your yard, that can escape and start a wildfire. So look for those alternative methods. Now, as far as being safe and protecting your home from these wildfires, uh, there's a lot of simple things that you as a homeowner can do to make your home more defensible against wildfires and to make your family a lot safer from these wildfires. One of the steps that you can take is to make sure that your roof and that your gutters are cleaned out. Now, I know these pine needles and these leaves that get into your roof and get into your gutters, they're very pesky and they're a little bit hard to deal with. But you really want to focus on cleaning your roof and your gutters, because if there is a wildfire nearby your home, what can happen is embers from that wildfire can actually travel a few miles from where the wildfire is, and it can land on top of your roof or inside your gutters. And if those embers land on your roof and your gutters and it has not been cleaned yet, there's a higher potential to start a fire on your roof and inside your gutters. So you want to make sure to keep those clean. Another easy thing that homeowners can do is you want to move anything that's flammable that's against your home, relocate them in a better position. So if you have any plants, any furniture, any children's toys, anything of that nature that can catch on fire and it's right against your home, try to relocate them in a better area so that if there is a wildfire happening near your home, those embers from that wildfire is not going to land on those items and cause a fire around your home. Another big thing that you can do is your window screens. You want to survey your window screens and make sure there aren't any rips, tears, or damage in general to your window screens. Because believe it or not, the smallest tear in your window screen can allow these embers to fly into your home and start a fire from within. So if you see any damaged window screens, make sure to look into replacing them as soon as possible. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I was gonna ask you, when we were just talking a moment ago about the brush fire that was started Friday, up on the Treasure Coast, and I know we have quite a few people who are watching right now. We see Jensen Beach and Stewart and all those areas. Were there any residents that were affected by this? I mean, we had heard that there were voluntary evacuations. Were there any homes affected, or it pretty much was away from any residential areas?
No, no. Thankfully, no one was hurt. No one was injured. There were no buildings damaged. No homes destroyed. No homes threatened. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to bring up a very important point that where the fire originated from, there was actually a prescribed burn that occurred on that area a couple months prior to this fire originating. And that what that allowed us to do as emergency personnel is to get into that fire a lot quicker, a lot safer, and it provided a good buffer for us to attack this fire. And it just goes to show how prescribed burns go a long way in the safety of our community and when it comes to attacking these fires.
Something that you mentioned before, which I had never heard of before, about the screen enclosure. If you have animals, which I do, I have pets, they tend to, sometimes pick at the screen enclosure. So you do end up with little openings. I never heard that before, to be careful about having those openings in your screen.
Oh yes, yes. It's very important. I know it might seem like a minor thing, but it's very important, especially when we get these increased wind speeds. You can just imagine, especially on these bigger fires, how much fire it is producing. And if you have an increased wind speed during the time of this fire, now you have a ton of embers that are blowing miles in every direction. And if your home is within that area of concern, these embers are likely to get into those small openings and start a fire inside your home.
I know this summer, once the rain starts coming, then we're going to wish it would turn off. But until then, I know there are times I walk on the grass and it sounds like I'm just walking on cornflakes or something. It's very crunchy. So, is there anything that as a homeowner we can do? Should we, water the lawn once or twice a week to kind of keep it a little bit more moisture in there? Is there anything we can do?
Yes, if you as a homeowner have a sprinkler system, or if you have plants that you see that are withering away because of the heat and it's turning that brownish color, um, yes, please go ahead and water your plants, water your grasses. That way, it can at least sustain some sort of moisture throughout these heated days and these heated weeks to come.
Now, before we showed a map from the Florida Forest Service that said, I think it said like 55 active brush fires, I guess, across the state. Is that okay? So I'm looking at it right now. Active wildfires, 55, all the way, goes all the way. It looks like all the way like to the Pensacola area, and then as far down as maybe southern Miami or Cutler Bay area. Is that unusual to have that many active wildfires this time of year?
Well, going back to earlier of what I said, it's not just Indian River County that's having these abnormally dry effects. It's the entire state of Florida, and as you can see, according to that map, we have multiple active wildfires as of right now. Um, Now, as far as us being in a wildfire season, well, actually, the state of Florida is very unique in the sense that we're typically hot and dry throughout the entire year. So there's not really a set time frame that is considered wildfire season. We consider wildfire season all year long.
And we're having some people that are checking in. We have somebody who says they're all the way down south in the Homestead area. And Miguel, I don't know how long you've been in this area, but I remember years ago when Port St. Lucie area was dealing with some major fires. It was just horrible. And I always think of that when I start hearing about the large brush fires. And I know you've given us some great advice of what to do as a homeowner. Anything else that you think we should keep in mind, or if we spot something or see something, should we alert someone? What do we do?
Yes. So if you see any unusual smoke in your area or some sort of fire, please call 911. That's the first thing that you want to do. Call 911, alert them to the area that you see the smoke in, and they will let us know, and there will be personnel on scene to check what is going on. As far as what the community can do, as far as what the citizens can do, just really be aware of your surroundings, especially in the state that we are currently in. If you plan on doing any sort of recreational activity, such as uh, driving through the woods or driving off road through some tall grasses, just be aware that something like that can actually start a fire because it is so dry. And something as simple as smoking a cigarette, forgetting to put it out, and throwing it out the window or putting it on the ground where uh, there's a potential to burn can also start a wildfire. Now we're also getting to the months where barbecuing and grilling outside is going to be very prevalent. I myself love me some good barbecue. Uh, but you really want to still stay aware of where you're conducting these barbecues and these grillings. Um, don't barbecue or don't grill under a tree. I know it's hot in Florida and you want that shade, but for the safety of you and your family, relocate where you're grilling and barbecuing in a safe area where there's no vegetation around, and don't leave your grill or barbecue unattended. Always keep an eye on it, and just be aware of your surroundings. And then also for the Fourth of July, I know fireworks are very popular with everybody. And again, it's just total awareness of your surroundings and your current conditions. Um, so just be aware of your current weather. Try to keep up with the daily weather patterns, and be aware of what you're doing and your activities that you're participating in.
Now, we do have some viewers that are asking about the fire, and in just a moment, I'll have you give an update on the one that you were at that started on Friday on the Treasure Coast. But I just wanted to let everyone know that the current fire right now is Cruise and Palm Beach Gardens are battling. It's about 160 acres plus. It is located southwest of the North County Airport. If you've been in that area, you know where you're heading, kind of like northwest, I guess. On if you're heading on North Lake and the Beeline area, and there's a new community called Avenir. It's kind of just west of that area. So that's where Palm Beach Gardens and other firefighters are out there battling that fire, and they're trying to contain it. And that's about 160 acres plus. Now, Miguel, if you can give us an update of what is the latest on the one that you were at on Friday that was on the Treasure Coast.
Of course, of course. So the one in Indian River, we're calling that the tree frog fire. So the tree frog fire, as of right now, it is 80% contained, and it's up to 1,150 acres. We do have personnel on scene from this morning and throughout the day. We are continuing to widen up our lines. We're continuing to mop up the areas that we see that are producing a little bit more smoke, making sure that we hit it with water. And just know that if you do see some smoke in that area, that we are on scene. We are working to get it completely contained.
All right. And before we wrap up, any final thoughts or anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers who are watching right now about the dry, how dry it is out there?
Oh yes, yes, of course. Just really at the end of the day, just be aware of how dry it is and the current weather conditions. Go ahead and take those simple steps to make your home more defensible against wildfires. I know that they may seem a bit simple, but they really do help. It can protect your home, it can protect your family. Um, and if you do plan on doing any sort of recreational activity, such as going off road with an ATV or driving through the woods or doing a campfire or lighting fireworks during the 4th of July or having a barbecue with the family, just be aware of your conditions, of the conditions, and make sure that you're doing it in a safe manner.
Miguel Navarez from the Florida Forest Service, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
All right, and we'll keep tabs and keep in touch with you on that brush fire, and then of course the one that's happening now in the Gardens area. Have a good afternoon.